It was another game for the record books as the Cardinals defeated Milliken 61-14 on Saturday. But there's little time to celebrate as the Cardinals take on unbeaten Illinois Wesleyan this weekend in what could decide the CCIW championship. There's only one show where you can catch all the Cardinal football action before the big game, right here on the Red Zone. Welcome to another edition of the Red Zone. I'm Marc Dahlquist. With me always is head coach John Thorne. Coach, thanks so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Well, you guys make my job a lot easier after a game on Saturday. 669 yards of total offense, 461 on the ground. That's the largest total offense in school history. Were you expecting that kind of day?
Well, no, we weren't actually. They had beaten Augustana just a couple weeks earlier, and Augustana put up a really good battle against us the week just before that. So we thought it was going to be a much closer game than that, but our players just got in a rhythm, and a lot of good things started happening, and so we were very happy. The offensive line did a fabulous job, didn't they?
They sure did. And you guys were a little banged up on that offensive line too, am I right?
We were, and our running backs were a little bit banged up too, and so we had to be a little bit careful. And Mike Betcher, of course, came in and just did a phenomenal game. And Mike Fleming played well, and that allowed us to rest Nick Kukok and Jordan Tassio a little bit more.
Well, the Red Zone was there for every record-breaking yard. In case you weren't, we've got you covered. Let's go to the highlight. Wide receiver Bai Kaba in his first game back from injury this year for the Cardinals as they travel to Decatur, Illinois to take on the Big Blue of Milliken University. The Cardinals hit the ground running in the first quarter as Jordan Tassio takes the handoff 34 yards into Milliken territory to the 23-yard line. 2 plays later, Tyler Dicken would find Kyle Fedorowicz over the middle. He hauls in the grab and is tripped up just short of the goal line to the Milliken 1. But Tassio would take care of that final yard as he gets the carry and a huge hole from his blockers. He goes untouched into the end zone. Cardinals up 7-0. The offense gets right back to work on their next drive at the Milliken 49. Dicken finds his big tight end Kyle Fedorowicz, who outruns the defense on his way to his team-leading 6th touchdown catch of the year. In the second quarter, Dicken continues the aerial assault against the Big Blue, finding a streaking by Kaba, and the speedster takes this one the distance for the 68-yard touchdown. Cardinals miss the point after, but still lead by 20. Cardinals keep their foot on the gas before heading into halftime. Dicken throwing right, and a leaping Nick Slezak hauls it in for the 14-yard gain. Second and goal for the Cardinals, Dicken fakes the handoff and freezes the defense as Alex Hahn sneaks into the flat and hauls in Dicken's 3rd touchdown pass of the day. We move into the second half, and senior Mike Betcher must have had some Wheaties in the locker room as he takes his first carry of the half 19 yards to midfield. Ball now on the Milliken 21. Betcher again with the handoff, stiff arms a Big Blue defender into last week as he walks in for the touchdown to put the Cardinals up 33-7. And the defense would take it from there as Shane Durking snags one of his 2 interceptions on the day, and the Cardinals go on to victory 61-14. Coach, the Cardinals averaged over 9 yards a carry from your backs. What does that say about the depth of your team?
Well, before they added the 37 yards back to Nick Kukok, they had 8.8, and we had a big sign in the office all week that had the number 8 on it, because this was our chance to win 8 out of 10 tries against Milliken, 8 out of 10 tries, hopefully, against Wesleyan this week. So this is kind of our 88 weeks, you know. And they ended up with 8.8. I thought that was just too unbelievable. But now that they added those 37 yards after they rechecked the tape and so forth, it went up over 9. Holy cow, that's a pretty good number, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you'll take the 9.2 over the 8.8.
That was, yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And even though some guys were banged up, like you said, Mike Betcher comes in and just, what a horse he was in that second half.
Well, he runs fast and he runs hard. He broke a lot of tackles, had some great stiff arms and so forth. And so he's really working very well with Coach Tom Sulo. I mean, all of our running backs. We started the season with like 13 running backs, and we thought, oh man, that might be too many, and it's turned out to be exactly the right number. We've needed every one of them,
right.
And all of them are doing very well in JV games as well as varsity, because they're really learning the technique and they're using it. You know, you can teach technique, but then if the guys get in the game and they don't really use what you've been teaching all week, great things don't happen.
Right.
But these guys are really doing it.
Well, and it shows on the field. Through the air, Tyler Dickin, on a very windy day in Decatur, still able to move the ball around to 5 different receivers. How are you guys feeling about his second start?
He's getting better every day. We had about 3 drops, and then we had one that would have been just a beautiful touchdown pass, and the receiver looks back and bam, the sun hit him right smack in the eyes, and so he lost track of the ball. The ball was right on target. So, I mean, he could have had a real good percentage for the day if everything would have worked out right. But he still has things to learn. He's
right.
Still a rookie.
Still growing, still learning.
Right.
Did it make it harder for him in last week's practice, not knowing who exactly his offensive line was going to be, or who was going to snap him the ball?
You know, when you're a quarterback, if we were underneath, you know, that would have really been a
right.
big problem. But since we're in the gun, it was still somewhat of a problem, but not huge. So they adjusted very well.
Well, even though the Cardinals had some bumps and bruises, they still played through it against Milliken. And that's the focus in this week's What's the Word?
A couple owies and a couple guys are banged up, but when it's time to play, they come back and they're ready to play. So, you know, we had a lot of guys who fighting through a lot of pain too. Nick Kukoc hurt his ankle really bad in Augie, and he came out and ran really hard. So our guys fight through any injuries that they can.
We're pretty banged up on the offensive line. I'm banged up myself and Capristo and Will. I think just being smart throughout the week and just taking care of our bodies, getting in the training room and seeing Bob all the time is really going to be important, and making sure that everybody can take reps at any position, just so we have backups at any time.
It's football. I mean, people are going to get banged up, but right now we just have to focus on getting healthy. I know a couple guys in the defense, Stu Charles is a little banged up right now. A couple other guys are nursing some minor injuries, but we're just going to have to fight through it, and that's what football is all about. You're going to get banged up, but in the end you have to fight through it.
You know, we heal each day, so we're just ready to go, and I know it's good to have everybody starting to come back. Stu will be ready to go by next week, so we'll be ready to go and ready to bring on Illinois Wesleyan.
So, Coach, the guys were a little banged up on Saturday. Stu Charles sits out the game. Will he be back against Wesleyan?
Well, that's a great question. We think he's going to be fine. He has been practicing this week. He's got a full cast on. But we've got one of these newfangled deals coming out that you stick it in one of these bake and shake type ovens, you know, like the little girls have
almost
and
like
everything.
A wax mold or something?
Yeah, and then you slide your hand in, and then when it cools, it form fits to your hand, and it's got a little dial on it where you can tighten it up or loosen it up, and so it's kind of high-tech stuff for us anyway. And we're excited about seeing whether it works and makes things work better for Stu.
Kyle Fedorowicz coming up again with a big touchdown, but showed some athleticism on that pass and catch. I mean, basically outrunning the defenders.
You know, he really did. And the young quarterback made a fabulous play there, because the play was really designed to go to one of our speedsters down the slot from the other side. But before the ball was ever snapped, he read that the safety had really overplayed to the trips combination. And so he came back to Big Kyle. So that's pretty good when you got your young guys seeing things before the ball is snapped, making good decisions, getting the ball to the right guy. But then Kyle did 2, 3 guys had a chance to tackle it, and they were just bouncing off him like ping pong balls, you know.
It's hard to take down a 6'7" tight
It
end.
is. I don't want to do it.
I wouldn't want to try either.
Yeah.
And so coming up this weekend, big game against the undefeated Titans of Illinois Wesleyan on their homecoming. Are you guys thinking anything about the last 2 years when these games have been really close?
Well, last year wasn't very close, but the year before down there, we lost in overtime. And for our seniors, that's their only loss in conference play. So they're 20-1, and then with the 3 we played this year, now they're 23-1. So I think our seniors are going to play extremely hard, and we're hoping it's going to be one of those really exciting games for the fans with a lot of entertaining things happening.
Do you think there's going to be some extra emotion involved on Wesleyan's sideline since it is their homecoming?
Well, they're playing for a championship, and it is a homecoming, and I'm sure they're going to play really well, you know. And it's really hard in our conference to win on the road. Doesn't make a difference who you're playing,
right.
You know. So we know it's going to be a huge battle for us, and they're very well coached. Their defensive numbers are great. They've got a lot of returners. 10 of them are seniors. And offensively, the young sophomore quarterback he's a very good thrower. He reads secondaries very well. Big, tall, 6'4" receiver that's making some great plays for him. So it's the kind of game that you love to have. You know, it's like a bowl game. You know? So we're really excited. We can't wait to get there and see what happens.
Well, we're excited to see exactly what happens. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, Coach and I will be joined by 2 players that made some game-changing plays against the Big Blue. Keep it right here on the Red Zone.